Banele Sibiya was a local mechanic, and oftentimes he would come back home with his clients' cars. One day he came back home late, and all he wanted to do was make sure that the client's car was safe in his yard. But his girlfriend, Mpokeleng Msimanga, had other plans. When Banele arrived home that night, she locked the gate. Banele did everything to wake her up and come and open the gate, but she couldn't hear him. She just didn't want to hear him. Banele then jumped over the fence and went to fetch the key. Mpokeleng was not having it. She opened the door with so much fury, with hot water in her hands. She poured the water at Banele. Before Banele could even register what was happening, Mpokeleng pulled out a knife and stabbed Banele once. He was rushed to hospital, and unfortunately he didn't make it. Mpokeleng then went to Facebook to confess the murder. She says it was self-defense. She says Banele attacked her first. But his family is not having it, because after Banele's passing, Mpokeleng's family came to his house to ask for his ID and funeral policy documents. But why? This is the tragic story of Banele Enoch Sibiya. Welcome back to True Crime with me, Julia. Here we profile true crime cases that have happened in South Africa with the hopes of giving a voice to the victims of these tragedies and keeping their stories in the discourse. But before we get into today's video, first, can you guys please allow me to thank you from the bottom of my heart? I know we don't do that much here because of the nature of the stories we tell. We really are not in the service of gratitude. But please do hear me out for a second. I do these stories because, like you, in most instances, I'm left shocked at what our country has deteriorated into when it comes to crime, especially intimate partner crimes and gender-based violence. So when I do these videos and I read the comments and realize that more than talking about these stories and sharing comments by people who know the victims and also by most of you who always have more information on the cases than I do, it really makes me feel like we are a community of sorts. I can call you guys by name all day. Monica Mashiro, Sianda Zuma, Tobekile Dlamini, Tami Mahlangu, Faith Stolville, Nelly Swamatwa, Siviwe Kulu, GR Gaming, Lerato Musi, Tulisile Makubela. What? Guys, I'm even like it's a song, okay? I literally think about you guys way too much. I already know even when you drop a video what you guys are going to comment, what who is going to say, what who is going to add, and I appreciate that so much because this is exactly what this is about. More than just telling these stories, we are becoming a community, and I appreciate having you guys here so much. So once again, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I appreciate you being here so much, and I repeat, I think we are going somewhere. So today's story is quite new as well. The incident happened on October 5, and Banele was laid to rest this weekend. It is not yet well covered in the mainstream media, but Banele's family are on social media along with his friends, and they are spreading the word in the hopes of getting justice for Banele. So the story is currently based on allegations. Let us get into it. There's something haunting about coming home, a place that's supposed to be safe, familiar, and warm. But for Banele Sibiya, on October 5, home became the scene of his final moments. In the township of Duduza, east of Johannesburg, people still whisper about what happened that night. The screams, the boiling water, the single stab, and the chilling Facebook post that followed. This is the story of how love turned lethal and how a young man's ordinary night ended in an unthinkable tragedy. Banele wasn't just anyone. He was known in Thabo village as the guy who fixes everything. A hard-working local mechanic, always smiling, always busy. He often brought clients' cars home so he would work late and finish on time. That's exactly what he did on Saturday, the 5th of October. He and a friend drove a customer's car home. It was getting dark. The air was still. He pulled up outside his gate and it was locked. No problem, he thought. He'd just call his girlfriend Mpokeleng Msimanga. He called her. He knocked. He shouted. No answer. Neighbours say you could hear him calling her name over and over and over again, but she didn't come out. Eventually, he decided to jump over the gate just to fetch the keys. And that is when things turned deadly. As soon as he stepped inside the house, Mpokeleng opened the door, but not with a greeting. She had a pot of boiling water in her hands. Before Banele could even speak, she threw it in his face. The screams pierced through the street. Boiling water burned his skin, his face, his chest, and he couldn't even see. And before his friend could even react, Mpokeleng pulled out a knife and stabbed Banele once. That one stab ended everything. Banele collapsed. His friend rushed him to Duduza hospital, but it was too late. He was declared dead on arrival. What makes the story even more disturbing is what happened next. Just hours after the murder, Mpokeleng went to Facebook. She posted a confession, saying she didn't mean to kill him. She claimed it was self-defense, saying Banele attacked her first. But Banele's family say that's a lie. They say this was intentional and maybe even premeditated. His sister Banele Sibiya told local radio that the family just want to know why she killed her brother. She said, "We are hurt and we are disappointed that the community is silent about his death. If it was a woman who died, everyone would be shouting about GBV." The family also shared something chilling, that after Banele's death, Mpokeleng's relatives came to their house and they asked for his ID and insurance policy documents. That raised red flags. Was this about money, a funeral policy, or was it something darker? Control, jealousy, rage? No one knows for sure, but the family believes it wasn't self-defense. It was murder. Days later, the people of Duduza gathered for a candlelight vigil. Over 200 people came out, family, friends, and neighbors. They held candles, sang hymns, and demanded justice. Even community leaders spoke about the need to fight all forms of violence, not just when the victim is a woman. One neighbor, Thulani Mpikeleli, said, "We are still in shock. This should have never happened." Councillor Thabo Motawung promised to launch a campaign against domestic violence in memory of Banele Sibiya. Mpokeleng Msimanga, 28 years old, was arrested shortly after the incident. She's currently in custody at Nigel, facing a charge of murder. She was denied bail. In her now deleted Facebook post, she claimed she didn't mean it. But the evidence, the locked gate, the boiling water, the knife, paints a very different story. Her next court appearance is expected soon. Another life is gone. A family is broken. A community is traumatized. And the saddest part, Banele wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was home, a place that should have been his safest. Sometimes love isn't love. Sometimes it's control, it's anger, it's pain disguised as affection. This was the tragic story of Banele Enoch Sibiya, a man whose only mistake was trusting the wrong person with his heart. Please let's leave candles in the comments for Banele and show his family that he's not alone. They are not alone. He is a victim and we stand with him. So what are your thoughts on the story? Please let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. And once again, thank you guys for being here. I will see you on the next one.